Okay, I thought I'd show you some progress on this multiplayer tower syncing that I've been working on. The idea behind this is that we want to be able to play Return to Dark Tower with other people in different locations. And one of the main issues with that problem is that everybody has different towers, they do different things. And so how can you play multiplayer with that? So there's some posts in the forums about that, and I've talked about this, but I want to demo the application as I've got it at this state right now. It's not ready for full release, a lot more work to do, but I think it's pretty cool. So I have two towers. I have this one here and this one here. One of the towers was lovingly sent to me by a forum user who I helped out one time with his tower, and it got broken and sent to restoration. A restoration game sent them a whole new tower, and he sent me the non-working tower, which has it has a minor issue, and it's no big deal, but it's without that. If I didn't have another tower, I don't know how I would test this, but let's check it out. So enough talking. Okay, so the first step we need to do is we have to run an application that's on the host computer, which is this application right here. Let me get it, move some of this around. This app, and this is challenging to record. This app right here is the host app. So right now it's advertising as a tower, and it's creating a software, basically a software tower. It's a fake tower. And so if I go in here, let me put this back here and zoom back out. Okay, so I'm going to start this. And I'll run the app. So this is the official app. And now what we have to do right now is this workaround because of this firmware. When the app connects to a tower, it checks the firmware and sees if it needs to update. Because of issues with Mac security settings, I can't create the gate service to provide that information. I could do it on Linux and stuff, but I want to try to get this working on a computer, Mac. So I've figured out a workaround, which is basically, I'm going to go and stop our fake tower from advertising, and I'm going to turn on a real tower, and then I'm going to start a new game. It's going to want to connect to the tower. So it's going to find the tower, which found this one. It's going to connect, so you can see that it's moving. And these two towers are both facing north direction. After calibration, north is basically the cleanse icon, glyph. That side is the north side of the tower. So this one is fully calibrated, and it's this part after this tower's ready. Now we're in the thing. Now what I can do is I can turn this off. All right, then the app says, oh, something's happened, it loses connection. I'll turn advertising on for the app. So I'll turn it back on. So now it's advertising. And then I'll go to the app and I'll say connect. And it should connect. Now it's subscribing and it says it's ready. And this tower isn't on. This tower isn't on, but it thinks it's connected because it is in fact connected to this application. All right, so now we're in there, okay? So that's the host's job, to get that set up. Now for the remote players, it's easier for them. They have to go to a website URL, which brings up these applications right here. Now I have two instances up. One's in a incognito tab, one's in a main tab to keep the processes separate. But now what I can do, so let me put this down. I will turn this tower on, and I'll set this one here, and I'll call it tower 2. This would be tower 1. This would be tower 2. And first thing I want to do is you have to have know the URL, and that's going to change over time. We're going to make that easier, but right now, so I'll connect, and you notice that it now says over here on the relay clients, it says tower 2. This app is now connected to this app through WebSockets. So it knows it. Now down in here, we've got the connection, and now it says tower not connected. Now we're going to connect to the tower, and it's going to bring this up. This is using the Chrome Web Bluetooth that the Ultimate DarkTower library uses. Now that one, you heard it, just connect. And it's going to go through a calibration phase. Now I'm going to change that. But for right now, for testing, I'm having it auto-calibrate when it connects. That'll change. You see, this isn't doing anything. So over here, while this is going, I'm going to go over here, connect as tower 1. Tower 1, connect. And you see it's up here. Tower 1 is connected. It says connecting to tower because it hasn't connected to a tower yet. And I will go and turn this tower on. All right. And then I will say connect to the tower. Now you see that it shows 2 connections on my computer. This one's already connected. This one hasn't. This is this other tower, so I'm going to select it and pair. Now this tower is connected. So tower 1 is connected to this one. Tower 2 is connected to this one. And the host is a fake tower. Now the host will be running, and they will connect to their own tower as well, because they'll be running this as well. I just don't have 3 towers. I can't show this. I can't show that. So we're just kind of doing this, this style. But I'm going to go ahead and say cooperative, continue. We'll just use bass, 1 player. I have the music turned off right now because it gets tiring after you hear it. I'm just going to pick all the defaults. To get done. You notice, I don't know if you can tell that in the phone, both towers are playing the sounds at the same time. You see how they're both lighting up now? Using the exact same. So they're synced. So basically this app tells this what it's doing, which communicates this, and these 2 communicate to the towers. And so let's just continue on for a little bit. Definitely, you can tell the lights and the music. All right. I'm just trying to get through all this real quick. So I want to show you like how they both light up. They're both doing it exactly the same. Continue. Continue, come on. Month 1. Okay, so in month 1, look at that. See, both of them playing the sound. There we go. And so now, if the host wants to drop a skull, I have this kind of simulated up here as if the host drops one. So to trigger the month in or the turn in for the player, I'm going to click this little button here, which just allows me to simulate it. So click that. And how is that? You notice how they both did it? Now, it doesn't do anything, but you can tell that they're all playing the same. Continue. I want to show rotation events. How we're getting, it's getting a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness, all kinds of stuff going on. All right. Now I'm going to drop this is going to connect. Now in the remote players, what I'm going to have it do is I'm going to have it, you as a remote player, when it's your turn and you're done, you drop a skull into your tower, and it's going to communicate that to the main host app, and the host app's going to drop a skull to the app, just as if actually, you know what? That's wrong. I told you wrong. I was going to do that, but I remember that the host has to have it. They can drop it in, but the host has to drop it in. So the host is the one that triggers the event. The others can drop skulls in for fun. But the host tower is the one that is like the master tower. Okay, so I'm going to drop a skull in. No events again for the next thing. I'm going to drop another skull in. No events, I'm sorry. Okay, a seal's about to be broken. Now, we have both towers here, and I don't know what side the seal's going to do it, but let's do the reveal. They should play the sounds and do the lights for the reveal. Okay, it happened to be which? All right, so there's an issue. Okay, so all right, this is all right, so you see a bug. We've got a slight issue. It's sent the data to the seals, but it didn't. It's interesting. It didn't. I'll have to look in that because it could be interpreting and slightly modifying the commands when it relays them. But I'll have to look at that. Let me get these back on because I have had it work. Of course, this is very early, but you can kind of see. Okay. All right. And I'm going to drop a skull here. No events again. Drop a skull. Events. Let's see if we get a tower. Okay, tower stirs. Let's see if it rotates. Okay, see how they're both rotating? See how they both rotated? Now, I'm getting all these lights, and what this is telling me is that I'm getting some command, some tower command kind of corruption a little bit in the thing. So I'll have to look at the flow. But you can see we have it working pretty awesome. It's connecting. It's got some bugs, but that's okay. We'll work through those, and pretty neat. And when this is all said and done, I'm hoping to have a very good, sturdy way to allow you to play multiple Return to Dark Towers at the same time in different locations. So that's all for now. It's a little update. Have a great day.